Hey everyone, welcome back. In this video, we're going to be talking a little bit about niche research. Now, niche research is something that we don't find it as important as we used to find it, I guess you can say. We believe that your niche should be something you're passionate about, something you're excited about, something that you can see yourself talking about for a long time. However, we do a little bit of niche research when we're looking into domain names and when we're writing blog posts and that sort of thing, because we do believe no matter what niche you're in, you might as well set yourself up for success. So we want our stuff to show up in the search engines. There's no doubt about that. So when we're doing this, we're going to go and find the best keywords possible in the niche that we selected. So the niche research is more for titling our blog, for titling our blog posts, and not as much for figuring out what niche we're actually going to go into. So what I'd like to do now is we're going to talk a little bit about the niche we're going to demonstrate over the course of all these training modules. And I'm going to hand it over to Bradley because he's got a little bit more background on this specific niche. So you want to tell him a bit about the niche we're doing?
Yeah, I couldn't sleep. I called a buddy of mine, and we were talking about not being able to sleep, and in California, I don't take any drugs. I'm all natural. If you looked in my kitchen, I haven't taken any medicine for years, and I've been on this natural health kick. But it got to a point where I was just up late at night, late, 3 a.m. And so I called a buddy, and I'll just be honest with you, and I heard about medical marijuana, and I was like, I don't smoke marijuana or any of that, but I was like, would that help me sleep? And she started telling me about it, and I was like, you know what? That's not for me. I can't do that. And we'll just be honest with you. And so, but it kind of got me to like looking for different options. And I was in California. I live in Chicago now. Flew out there. I was in San Diego going to a tea shop. Long story short, I walked into this place, and it was just an interesting setup they have. They were pouring tea. They sat me down, and they're like pouring me tea, and I was just like, I didn't know what was going on. But he had this stuff that he kept mentioning, and he was like, stuff called kava, and I was like, what is this kava stuff that he's mentioning? And so, anyways, he goes on this whole spiel, like it gives you this, this stuff has been brewed and it's from like the pepper plant, and he's telling me that it's been brewed for thousands of years, and they use it as a euphoric feeling. It's kind of like a social beverage overseas, and it had me fascinated. I was like, whoa, I gotta try this stuff. He said that they drank it in place of alcohol, and here they use it more medicinally. So anyways, he had me sold, and when he says he only sells it to people over 18, so I bought some. And tried it with a buddy of mine. We drank some after working, and it just kind of really put me to sleep. And what it is, it's a natural muscle relaxer. It's not really processed at all. It's like a ground root, and you mix it with water, you drink it, and in 20 minutes, I'm out cold, I'm sleeping. And it relaxes you, kind of keeps you with a clear mind, just kind of relaxes your body, and that's it. So it's a natural muscle relaxer slash sleep aid. And I've seen great results with it. And Matt and I were talking, and Matt, you went and tried some yourself, mixed it with water. What kind of experience did you have with it?
Yeah, same thing. I went. You told me about it. I heard about it from you for the first time, and I went and bought a big old bag of it. They sell it on Amazon. Actually, I bought a 1 pound bag of it, and mixed it with some coconut water actually, and tried it. And I wasn't having the trouble sleeping, so I fell asleep whether I was on the kava or not.
Yeah.
But it definitely relaxes you, gives you a nice little, your muscles feel relaxed. You just feel like kicking back and just chilling out, which it's a good feeling.
Yes. So the thing is like I'm fascinated by this stuff. Like when this guy's telling me this story, I'm like clinging to every word, just like, whoa, this is cool, man. Because I like learning about this, crazy health stuff that is against the grain, of pushing drugs into our system. So it's not the idea of kava that really hooked us on to putting this in the niche. It's the idea of that Matt and I are interested in natural alternatives to people drugging themselves for stress or sleep or anything like that. So It's something that we enjoy, and it's something that there's a market for, and it's new and it's interesting and fascinating. So, Matt, how are we going to? So when I said, "Hey, let's try to do something with Kava," you said,
Well, I started to do some niche research,
"Okay,
and let's go ahead and walk through some of the niche research I did when you talked about Kava. So the first thing is, if we jump back to the stuff we talked about in the last video, where you're checking the landscape of your market. Well, I did a little bit of that. I started checking the landscape of my market, and so we discussed, let's go into the Kava niche. So I said, okay, let me see if there's anything on ClickBank that we can promote that's in the Kava niche. And I typed Kava, I got no results. I got nothing, right? So I went, okay, let's check out Commission Junction. Maybe there's something we can sell on Commission Junction in the Kava niche, right? So come over here, come to get links, and I type in Kava. Nothing. I find nothing on Kava. So finally I go, okay, let's see. There's got to be people buying ads on Google for Kava. There's got to be some money in this. People have to be buying ads, right? So I type in Kava on Google. Nobody's buying ads. This stuff is shopping on Google, but nobody's paying for ads for Kava at all. So I thought to myself, okay, there's no money in Kava. And then I had a conversation with Bradley. We talked about it a little bit, and we thought, it's not that there's no money in Kava, but there's probably a gap in the Kava market. There's nobody selling stuff about Kava right now. There's a gap in that market. The problem is, how do we get in front of the people that might be looking for this? And like Bradley was just saying, it's a natural sleep remedy. It's a natural anxiety remedy. It's a natural relaxation. It helps with relaxation and that sort of stuff. So people don't necessarily associate Kava with those things, right? A lot of people don't even know what Kava is. Yes. People might be out there searching for natural sleep remedies, and Kava may be nowhere in the search results. So what we need to do is we need to connect people that are looking for natural sleep remedies, people that are looking for natural relaxation techniques, that sort of stuff, with this product, this Kava product, right? That's the road we decided we're going to go down with this new blog that we're developing.
So I'm sorry to interrupt. You really have two options, right, Matt? Like, you can start a blog about Kava and be that Kava seller, but we're really not in the Kava business. We'd like to have a little Kava information site, but the money is not really saying, hey, I got the best Kava in the world, unless you're appealing to the people specifically searching for the Kava, which is a small market. If you want to appeal to the people that don't know about Kava and you think that would be interested in it, you need to go after a broader aspect, like a broader topic, which is natural sleep. Hey, you want natural sleep aid? I got the best stuff in the world, and here's what I recommend. And you can recommend multiple things, but not just Kava. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. Cool. So the fact that we want to do it on Kava, and our research showed that maybe it's not the best niche to be in, well, we had to kind of expand a little bit. So make it a little bit less micro niche. So Kava would be the micro niche of natural sleep remedies or natural relaxation remedies, right? That's the micro niche. And since we couldn't find products on that micro niche, since we couldn't find people buying advertising on that micro niche, we need to get a little less micro. We need to take it to the niche above the niche, right? And we'll still get to talk about the stuff we're passionate about, which the stuff we're excited about talking about, the stuff we're excited about learning more on, which is this Kava product. So we're bringing it out a bit, and we're doing natural relaxation remedies, right? Is that what we decided? That natural relaxation remedies?
Yeah, we're gonna do natural stress relief.
That's it, natural stress relief. All right, so we're gonna dive down the niche of natural stress relief instead. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to the Google keyword tool. I always just type Google keyword tool because I forget the URL every single time.
Why don't we search for both? Let's see what Google keywords says, and we'll decide at that point.
Okay. So I always take it off broad and click on exact, because broad basically means that word is somewhere in their search term. Exact means they searched for these exact words on Google. So I always like to do exact. It gives me a better idea of how many actual searches this keyword is getting. So we've got natural stress relief. And then what's the other keyword you want me to look up?
Natural sleep aid.
Natural sleep aid. Let's see what it brings up. Natural stress relief brings up 1,000 monthly searches. Natural sleep aid brings up 1,900 global monthly searches. Both have high competition. I don't really worry about the competition because, like we've said, we're not really doing this for SEO. We're just trying to set ourselves up for the best success if we happen to get really great SEO results. It's not really an SEO thing, so we kind of don't focus on the competition too much. We focus on picking the niche and using these so we can get our keywords inside of our domain name. That's really all we're looking for here. Now, see, I typed natural sleep aid and got 1,900 searches, but if you look down here, natural sleep aids, if you just put an S on there for multiple types of sleep aids, 8,100 monthly searches. So that's a little bit better there. Natural sleeping aids is only 590. So let's go ahead and sort this by the most monthly searches. Some of these real broad keywords get the most searches, obviously. Stress management, 49,500. Let's see, sleep disorders, 27,100. Just plain old stress relief gets 22,200 views. Alternative medicine, 18,100. Relaxation techniques, here you go, 18,100 searches, and it's low competition. So you can look through these, and the next thing we do is we need to pick a domain name, right? So I like to go to namecheap.com, and this is where I find domain names. You can use GoDaddy if you prefer. Namecheap's just always been my preferred one. So I'll start by typing in some of these right as you see them. So relaxation techniques, I'm sure relaxationtechniques.com is taken, but always worth a try. So that's taken. You've got deep relaxation techniques is available over here. I always like to look at the suggestions because sometimes they've got some good ones. Free relaxation techniques, pure relaxation techniques. All these are available here. Here's some premium ones that if you want to spend some extra money, but meh.
I mean, you can also, whether you're doing it for keyword or not, you could call it, whatever, like you can make it a brandable one, right? Mm-hmm. Like, because a lot of the times the keyword names in the domain name, it's good. It's good for learning to blog. For us, mm-hmm. it's awesome. But, that was a premium domain name. And, a lot of people don't have that opportunity. So if you're going to start a blog about, natural stress relief, you could call it like the, sleepdragon.com or, mm-hmm. come up with some, crazy
or the dog
name.
Training site. What was that one? Sit means sit?
Sit means sit. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure.
And those all ranked for dog training, even though they don't have dog training in the domain name. Exactly. So these days with SEO, the domain name isn't as important. If you can get one or two of your keywords in the domain name, I do believe it still helps a little bit, but it's not as big of an impact as it once was. So yeah. Let's type in natural sleep aids. So these are all taken, but over here you've got organic sleep aids. That might be a good one. Holistic sleep aids, natural rest aids, natural nod aids, and natural nap aids. So I mean, these are some options here. Anything standing out for you that we should kind of roll with, or do you want to go back to the stress relief niche?
I think what we should do is pick a brandable domain name. I'm always a fan of finding something memorable and brandable. Something that's short and sweet, like in something that you can brand and create a logo out of. So I think For some people, it's going to be as easy, maybe your niche is not competitive. It will be as easy as, going in there and, finding a domain name right here in Namecheap. And for some of you, it may be you want to take some time and just, do a little brainstorming and ideas of, finding a cool domain name. And I think for us, for the, example's sake, we could just go ahead and choose one, or we can, like there's some of the premium domains down there, naturalborn.net. Like naturalborn.net could be a great brandable domain name for somebody to say, like, you just like natural born. Here's the God-given gifts to Earth for natural health. Like you can brand something like that. Yeah, that's a lot of money, and maybe you can get like a misspelling of the domain name or something like that. But those are ways to create brandable domain names. So maybe what we can do is we can pause the video. We'll decide on our domain name, and then we can come back to it. How's that sound? Okay, so we're back, and we picked a domain name. We only paused the video for 5 minutes, and we went back and forth. We just looked at a couple domains. We looked at the Sleepy Panda. We wanted to do something sleepy because if we we made a little logo, and we our whole thing is to be able to do article marketing and affiliate marketing with us, and make it a brandable thing. So we looked at Sleepy Panda, Sleepy Owl. They're all taken, and we looked in the suggestions that said Sleepy Bamboo. What's bamboo? Well, you have a bunch of bamboo shoots, over, and if a bamboo gets sleepy, he'll bend over. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a little face on the bamboo, a little nightcap, and everybody's like up and awake, and then you got one bamboo that's falling over sleepy. So Sleepy Bamboo, brand. It just sounds funny.
It's fun to say.
It's fun to say. It's fun to say, and that's when you get creative like that, that's I don't know if that's really creative, but that's what people are going to remember, and Sleepy's in the name, so people are going to assume it has something to do with sleep, and people are probably going to be like, what the heck is bamboo? Sleepy Bamboo. So anyways, this is what we're going to go ahead and move forward with, and this is going to be our sleep aid. Anything about natural sleep. Bamboo's natural. Everything about natural sleep. So,
cool.
Where do we go from here, Matt? We got to get our blog set up.
We do have to get our blog set up. This keyword tool, we will be coming back to this later because we're going to be using a lot of these keywords that you see here when we start writing our blog posts. But we're going to jump back to that when we get to the content creation module about writing your blog posts. So we found Sleepy Bamboo. That's the domain name we're going to go with. We're not going to register it yet. You're going to wait until the next video. We're not actually even going to register it through Namecheap right now. We're going to show you where we're going to register it. We just use Namecheap as our domain name search engine for now. But in the next video, we're going to get into how to get this all set up. We're going to start diving into some technical stuff, and we're going to actually buy the domain and walk you through getting everything set up in that next video. So I think that covers our keyword research, picking a domain name video. Hopefully that was helpful. And we'll see you guys over in the next video where we start actually setting all this stuff up.
Sleepy Bamboo.